Well, violent leftists are destroying America. That's no secret. Carrying out assassination attempts against President Trump, murdering Charlie Kirk, trying to kill Justice Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, and other members of the Supreme Court. They just put out a bounty on federal ICE agents, trying to kill them. These people are unbelievable. They're in the country illegally, and they're putting out a bounty. Remember when President Biden told us the greatest threat to the United States was violent white supremacists? Of course, that was a lie. The greatest threat to America right now, violent leftists destroying American cities, flooding our open borders with millions of illegal immigrants. Now we have to clean up the mess. And now they're going after another American hero, former U.S. Navy SEAL Rob O'Neill, the man who killed Osama bin Laden. Here's what Occupy Democrats posted. How much should Fox News get sued for this time? And what they're showing here is Rob O'Neill on the right-hand side, and they're saying that this masked individual who's an Antifa and a Mexican, all these masked individuals who speak to Jesse Waters, I guess, on a regular basis, all of them have one thing in common. Apparently, according to these nutjob Democrats, it's Rob O'Neill under that mask. He's pretending to be Antifa, right? The group known as Occupy Democrats are saying that Fox News hired Rob to put on a mask and do interviews with Jesse. All right, pretending to be a member of a Mexican cartel or Antifa. I mean, it's insane. But Rob just posted this on social media saying, this is extremely dangerous for my family, reckless and untrue. You're the ones who will now need lawyers, Occupy Democrats. Joining us now is that man, Rob O'Neill, who's dealing with these nut jobs. Rob, great to see you. It's been a while since we last got a chance to talk. Great to see you.
It has. It's good to see you, Clay. You and your wife are doing great things.
Thank you so much. Well, when you see groups like these Occupy Democrats spreading lies that you wore a cartel mask for Fox News, what's really going on here? Do you think this is like a coordinated attempt to discredit you and try to silence patriotic voices out there? What's going on?
Well, I don't know, because I kind of woke up to this. I sort of heard about it yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, I think I even tweeted, yeah, you got me. I'm definitely Antifa. Now quick, dispatch some A-10s and wipe us out. Because I was just kind of joking, but then Occupy Democrats posted this, and it just said it was me working in cahoots with Fox, and I'm trying to make them falsely look violent, and I'm pretending to be a cartel member, which is all, I mean, that's just ridiculous and reckless. It's not true. I used to be a contributor at Fox, but I haven't been on Fox News since about 2022. So it's been about 3 years, and maybe I could see that they, like they have crisis actors all the time that happen to show up at the same places, anywhere from Gaza to to Ground Zero to out west in Portland or whatever. And maybe because it's out of their communist playbook, they think I'm an actor. But, I fought for this country. I believe in this country. And I've been threatened before. I've gotten tweets from people in Afghanistan and Pakistan, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, all that bullshit. But for this, like the other stuff, at least there was a reason they might be mad at me. This is completely out of nowhere. I have nothing to do with this. Obviously, I think Antifa are terrorists. And, I disagree with the cartels coming here. I hate the open borders. But just to target my family, and they're not completely unorganized. They've got good networks. They've got people out there. And I don't need people to be threatened for no reason. Like if, they want to come after me, fine, they can learn how to fight. But just to target people out of nowhere, it was funny to me. But then when my family starts to get concerned, I want to protect them.
Yeah. I mean, your wife, I think you were saying offline, like scared to travel. Like, the thing is, it starts out as a joke, right? People making these comments, and then you see it's not a joke anymore. You see the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We see the attempted assassination of President Trump. As you pointed out, the Supreme Court justices, on and on and on. This is not a joke.
No, and it's the left too saying the big issue is white supremacy from the right, when that's obviously nonsense. That's the whole admit nothing, deny everything, make counter accusations. And it's been so far, like I've had people waiting for me at airports, taking off and landing just to sign pictures and whatnot. But how do they get the info? Can other people get the info? What if it's not me? And again, I can take care of myself, but my family doesn't need this crap, especially because they didn't do anything. Like, I wasn't even married to my wife when I was in the Navy. So the Navy stuff has nothing to do with, and this threat to the family, she has nothing to do with. My kids certainly have nothing to do with it. And just to potentially get that, if, who knows if they end up in a gun-free zone like a college campus and you run into a bunch of crazies, obviously avoid the people with the blue hair because they're going to be the problem. And I know they're all talking, I can handle myself, but other people, there's no reason for needless violence like this. And it's one thing we've seen what this cyberbullying, what happens. You've seen the people going to the schools, going to the churches, and it's, people shooting people up because they get spun up by well, paid agitators, paid facilitators. There are people that are pushing this, but some people are crazy enough to believe this. I mean, look at the people out there that have commit suicide because AI told them to do it, because AI told them they were their girlfriend. Now we can be together if you kill yourself. You know, I mean, there's some. One thing about the internet that I think was unintended is we're a lot closer in touch with crazy people.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And now, you know, President Trump is, of course, authorized National Guard. ICE agents are going into these horrible conditions right now in Chicago. I've been getting live updates from Chicago from reporters and friends who are there on the street, just getting pushed around, knocked around, beat up. As a former U.S. Navy SEAL, when you're looking at American soldiers in American cities having to deal with these sort of violent uprisings and so forth, what are they facing?
This is very difficult for the military, even though the National Guard is that reason. A lot of the National Guardsmen have been in combat. We've been over there, and we are the good guys. And I don't care what anyone says where we go, even if you disagree with the political reasons why we went to where we are. We're the good guys, and we try to do the right thing. And that includes even to combatants' families in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. But now you're asking the National Guard to go in potential violent situations against Americans, and the Guardsmen, regardless of the politics on the left, the Guardsmen do not want to have to hurt Americans. That's not what they want to do. So this is a very tough situation. The good news for the bad guys in this situation is there's going to be a lot of leverage they're going to get, because they don't want to. I really hope it doesn't come down to pull on the trigger. Even, I even hate to see people getting shot. Well, sometimes people getting hit with paintball and pepper spray is kind of funny, but I don't want to see I don't want to see lethal force. As someone who's been to combat, 400 combat missions, I've seen a lot of death. I'm not a pro-war guy, and I certainly don't want to see it in the streets. But I mean, there's a lot of, I'm a big believer in sometimes it doesn't matter why we're here, we're just here. But you do need to look back at this and realize there's a lot of people on the left in politics, in entertainment, and especially on Capitol Hill that are really egging this on. They're really getting people spun up. They're agitators, and they know it. And they're only doing it for their own personal power, and especially the politicians. They don't even care if people get hurt. They actually like it because they get more clicks. That's how narcissistic they are, and that magnet for sociopaths of the capital of this nation.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries, just calling for this. We're going to take it violence in the streets, basically. It's basically what he's calling for. We're going to fight this in the streets. We're going to fight this in Washington. We're going to fight this in the courts, and we're going to fight it on the streets. That's what he's calling for. People to rise up against American National Guard and ICE agents in these cities.
Right, and that's federal law enforcement. That's law enforcement protecting the city and American soldiers. Look at that dude in Virginia. What's his name? Jay Jones. And he's tweeting out how he'd be happy to watch this dude's wife have to watch her kids die in her arms so she feels pain. And Democrats are like Tim Kaine's defending him. Like, on what planet do you defend someone that sick and let him continue to run? This is nothing to them because they're so far detached from reality. It's like Chuck Schumer pretending he's barbecuing. He doesn't even know how to do it because cheese doesn't go on raw meat. These people are detached. They don't care. They're power hungry. They will do anything. And it's power first, then it's party. America, not even in the equation. You're top 10 might be a constituent or two simply because they're probably also donors. I think people need to realize they're getting spun up by entities out there that don't care about them, but they pretend they do. Look at all that. Look, I mean, even look at the immigration law was vetoed by, I think, President Truman, and Congress overrode it. And we've had the same law since then. And for the past few years, before Trump got elected, we just let them go. And then they're making up stuff like America's invading America and it's a takeover by fascists, when the left is the ones using the fascist tactics. If you don't like what someone's saying, you kill them. That's what they're doing. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Bottom line, stand down, you nut jobs, and stop this violent
not so
rhetoric.
Many words. That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. Stand down, you nut jobs. Leave Rob alone. Leave his family alone and stop this craziness right now. We're going to see more bloodshed in the United States. Microplastics are infiltrating every part of our lives. Scientists estimate we now consume a credit card's worth of plastic every single week in our bodies through our food, water, even the air we breathe. One study found plastic particles in 100% of human lung samples. Nobody is safe from this exposure. But guess what? Even if you get clean and you avoid all packaged foods, you're still being exposed. But you can opt out. You can't opt out. You can't opt out at all because it's all around us. But you can help your gut fight back. Kimchi 1 from Brightcore Nutrition is a potent ally in this toxic world. It's packed with over 900 probiotic strains unique to kimchi, proven to break down BPA, helping you detox from the inside out. It doesn't just support digestion, it helps protect your cells, your brain, your hormones, your future. Your body was never designed to handle plastic, but your gut was designed to protect you. You just have to give it the right tools. Right now, you can get 25% off by using the code Redacted if you go to mybrightcore.com/redacted. But the best part is you can get 50% off if you just pick up the phone. 50% off, just call them. They're an American company. They love to talk to you. 888-404-6312. You'll get 50% off and free shipping. So call them right now, 888-404-6312. Rob, before I let you go, you went viral last week for comments you made on the Piers Morgan show. Everyone's trying to get answers about the Charlie Kirk assassination. Yes. Everyone has an opinion, ballistics experts, everyone else. We're still waiting for medical examiners' reports and data that we're going to learn about that more publicly. But you said from the outset you smelled a rat. You didn't buy the official narrative that we were being spun. I think a lot of Americans think that we were being lied to about what happened that day. Mm-hmm. What stands out to you as a major problem with this assassination and the official narrative that we're being told?
Well, initially, I was sent word that Charlie Kirk got shot and he was in critical condition. And with the video, the moment I saw it was, wow, that's an exit wound coming out of his neck. And the way his shirt moved, there was an impact nearby. I've killed a lot of people closer than that cameraman. And I've seen what happens. I've seen entry wounds and exit wounds. Immediately, it didn't make sense. And then we got a different shooter. The FBI announces they got him. Then the guy running on the roof, the 30-06, how this dude, he took it apart, he put it together, he got a scope on there, took a cold bore shot, took it apart, jumped down the roof, put it together, wrapped it up. All of the texts he's sending that don't sound like any 22-year-old I know. And that's enough. And I'm on the side of the simplest thing is usually what happened. But the moment you ask a question, you get torn down. And it's like, even if I said it doesn't make sense, I'm like, why are you saying Israel did it? I'm like, I didn't say that. I'm just saying it doesn't look good. And the second you bring it up, okay, is it? And with AI and me, especially like with the Bin Laden right now, if I don't see it, I need verification somehow. But when so I wasn't there, so I can't say anything for certain. But is it true that as soon as he was down, his security team took his lapel mic off, gave it to someone else that ran off? What did they do with the SIM card? Did someone take that camera that was right behind him down? Why did they contaminate a crime scene immediately? Is it paved over? Did they rebuild it? Is all of that true? I don't know. But the second you ask, I'm anti-Semitic, and I'm like, I didn't even bring up Israel. Why are you bringing up Israel? Is someone getting paid to defend them for something I'm not even talking about? And all of a sudden, I'm a conspiracy theorist. It's like, no, I've killed a bunch of people for the country. A great American was killed in front of everyone in America. He was for this country. I would like to know why, and stop bullshitting me.
Yes, 100%. Yes, you said it very well. Yeah, the moment you ask a question, you're anti-Semite. No, I
never mentioned him.
I've killed a lot of people on the battlefield for the United States of America. I know ballistics. I know what it looks like when someone's shot. And this story they're spinning doesn't make any sense. So when you're just looking at the ballistics itself, and we're being told this is a 30-06 round, that's what they're told. That the gun, we have the gun. You saw a picture of the gun. That's the gun that was used. They are telling us this. What do you
that's
believe?
What they're saying too. And and listen to their excuses. Well, that was a ricochet off his body armor. And I immediately said, no, it wasn't, because it doesn't do that. Then they said, oh, there was no body armor. Oh, okay. With ballistic gelatin, you know what a 30-06 would do to a man's neck? It would blow his head off. And their response is, oh, he was a superhuman. No, he wasn't. What are you talking? And who was the dude you arrested running around with a gun? Here's one. Is there a gravesite for Charlie Kirk yet? Do we know where it is? How did they get that arena, that huge stadium where a Super Bowl was played, in 11 days? It takes that long to coordinate the parking. How did they get pyrotechnics and everything? Just questions. Why? Right. How did that happen? Just make it make sense to someone who's not someone's not smart, just like me. Just tell me.
Right. And they want us to just not ask questions. Why did the FBI not release the first 10 seconds of that video that would have shown this guy, your guy, Tyler, is that who you're saying, laying in a prone position, firing the shot? You release a video of the guy running across the roof, but we never see him actually fire the shot. But we got our guy. There's no video. There's been no video evidence anywhere of this guy, Tyler Robinson, on campus. We can't, but you got him. You know that it's him. Yeah. Managed to get this guy.
Even if you want to dumb it down too, in a nutshell, it would be the FBI saying, hey, we got him. Hey, we don't got him. Hey, his mom turned him in. What?
Right.
That's basically what happened. Like immediately saying we got him. Well, what do you mean? And then even with this, like, okay, this is kind of a rabbit hole. But with Erica Kirk immediately saying, I forgive him. It's like, well, you just made him guilty. So now he's guilty. What, have we had a trial yet? I mean, why does this? This is like, look, again, I like it to be simple. I believe in mastering the basics. Why is this so complex? And why are you like, when I tell the truth and someone counters it, I'll just pull. Here's what I don't immediately get defensive. That's what I do when I lie. It's like, what's really going on here? I mean, even if you go further down this, and this is like late night Instagram story stuff. Like, what was Jack Ruby's full name? And why did Lee Harvey Oswald get killed when he was saying I'm a patsy? What really was going on there? I mean, wasn't that the same time we were doing something in a certain country in the Middle East with nukes they weren't supposed to be building?
You're not allowed to ask that question.
I want to
anti-Semite. Go ahead, David.
I want to point out something too that I just noticed yesterday. Like, we had about 1,000 people in there, and probably half of them had 4K cameras out the whole time, and all the stuff we get from the official story is potato footage. Nothing is clear.
Yeah. I heard that was the same. I heard that was the same camera that was the only one on the lawn in front of the Pentagon on 9/11 too.
Right, Zapruder was there.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Filming it with. He rubbed Vaseline over the camera lens.
I'm not trying to fuel conspiracies. I'm actually having a good time. So thanks for tolerating this.
No. I mean, I just come back to the ballistic stuff. You know it better than just about anybody. I mean, you've seen people killed. No, I can get a room full of 1,000 people, and not one person in that room has seen what you've seen. So I want to come back to your expertise on this. When we were told that he was like Superman, his body stopped a 30-06 bullet. His body was like Superman, made of like some sort of a superhuman metal or something like that. What do you believe about that? If a 30-06 round hit Charlie Kirk, what would have happened?
Well, it's going to blow his head off, probably. It's going to be a big mess, too, but then you're going to find remnants of the bullet. I don't think they've even found it yet. Well, they said it's lodged in his spine. Okay, where's the autopsy report? Is that out yet? Why was the chair and the desk moved when you can get a forensic expert in there and find out exactly where the shot was fired from? I mean, was it really a shot taken, or was there some sort of a weird-shaped charged projectile that was near, that was close? I mean, there's so much out there, and again, I don't want to try to fuel this. I'm just asking these questions. If they can be refuted, fine. And if you tell me the answer, great. I'll stop asking that. But we're not getting any answers except this is what happened. Shut up. Be a good worker.
Right. Yeah. Shut up. You're an anti-Semite. And when the trial happens, you'll look like a fool. That's what we're being told by like all of these people who are immediately putting Israel in. We've never once said that here on the show. So I don't know where they get it from. But anyway,
no.
Rob, great to see you.
That's a tactic of the left, is when you call them out on something, they call you a name. Now the right is doing that to us. So anyway, I'm talking over you.
Yeah, exactly. Great to see you, Rob. We should do this more often. Really great to have you here on the show.
Anytime, we're in
again.
contact. Anytime you need some solid conspiracies, I'm your guy.
Awesome. Rob, great to see you, my friend. Stay safe.